Hey. Oh. Um. Dope. Hey, what up? What up? What up? The whole squad is here. Whole gang is joining. Hey, what up? What up, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? How long is the hype gonna last? Bro, I don't know. We'll talk about all that today. This is gonna be a really good stream. I'm not gonna be here too long, but we'll be here for a good time. Stonks? Yes. Yes. Let's see. 1 second. Let's see what we got here. I'm trying to watch some videos with you guys today, kind of covering a little bit of what's going on. Yeah, definitely kind of a crazy week. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up to date with everything going on, but it's been kind of crazy. It's been kind of wild, that's for sure. So, I will say I got some stuff to show you. I'm just waiting a little bit. Just 1 second. I'm trying to get like situated in this. It's like I haven't streamed in like a week. And I wasn't too sure if I was going to do one today, but you know, I figured why not? I think it's a good time. There's been some historic events taking place today. How's the audio? Let me know real quick before I actually get into this. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see everybody. Hope no one is still using Robinhood. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people will still use Robinhood after this, unfortunately. I don't think it'll be enough to really... let me put this in here. Oh. How do you make this bigger? You can't. Okay. Well, hopefully that's a little better. Let's see if you guys can see the chat. Nice. Audio is good. Chat is good. What are you investing currently? Good question. So actually, I was a part of the AMC hype. So if you go to my Twitter, actually, let's see. Twitter.com/AryShearson. Well, of course, first of all, make sure you follow me. Duh. That'd be great. Especially lately, my Instagram's been down, so you know it's been kind of rough not having an Instagram, not being able to communicate with you guys efficiently. I've just been able to make YouTube videos, and that's it. But yeah, I mean, I did invest in AMC. I was a part of the crew, you could say. But I honestly mainly did it for experimental reasons. Let me show you. So I actually documented the whole entire journey, basically, on on my Twitter. So as you can see, this was day 1, January 25th. That was officially 4 days ago. Let me see. Let me make sure. So officially on January 25th, I went in on AMC. I thought, you know what? Let's send it. Let's see what this is all about. So I went in on AMC on that morning. I was planning on making a potential YouTube video about it. I figured, why not? You know, it's kind of a trending topic. Obviously, my main focus is always e-com. But I figured I like investing. I like talking about investing. It's fun for me. I mean, it's good to invest your money. Obviously, that's how a lot of rich people get richer. And what I did is I was like, fuck it. I have this Robinhood account, and I've had this account for like a whole year, just like trading random things here and there. Like, for example, something I would do is like I would trade Tesla up and down. Like, I would just do a bunch of things like that. I would trade a lot on this. And I had all this money in here, like $4,500, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just put it all into AMC. And at the time, it was $4. So it was a really good, this was literally like 4 days ago. All of these things have been happening so fast, and it's kind of crazy. And yes, Jeremiah is asking if I'm doing ecom anymore. Of course I am. That's like my main thing. It always will be. I love e-commerce. I'm super passionate about it. But, sorry, let me just, how do I change the chat here? I'm just trying to make sure that it doesn't cover the screen too much. But yeah, so pretty insane results. So I got in at 416, right? Like, did you guys go in on this stock at all? Let me know. I'm curious. But I got in right here at a reasonable time, I would say. I mean, I don't think that's anything too crazy for 16. By the end of day one, it had already gone up over 100% basically, and I was like, what? I was pretty shook. I didn't know that it would explode like this. I had a decent idea that it might, and that's why I did it in the first place. That's why I decided to just go in. But, never did I expect that it would actually, pop off the way that it did. So day two, over 10K in total return from the $4K investment. And yeah, so I got in at a really good time. And then of course yesterday I woke up at like 7:30 in the morning. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, Robinhood's not allowing me to trade. It's only allowing me to sell. And obviously I kind of panicked. I don't think you can blame me for that. I think a lot of people would have panicked had they been in the same position. And I decided, I was like, you know what? I think this is obviously going to crash now because we literally can't do anything but sell the stock. So I decided officially yesterday in the morning that I would close my position. So I officially closed my position yesterday on AMC at a $9,700 gain. So yeah, pretty fire, pretty good trade, I will say. I mean, this account started at $4,500 and it ended at $14,500 in the same week. So that was my experience this week. I don't know what you guys think. Yeah, I did have paper hands. I'm not gonna lie. I was definitely like kind of shook at the whole Robinhood thing. I was like, oh man, I'm not trying to lose all my money here. And I locked in profits, but you know what? I did actually, with these profits, I ended up hopping back into GameStop, which was the initial thing I wanted to invest in. But at the time, it was like, I don't know, what was it? It was like already in the 200s. I was like, oh, I don't think this is a good time for me to invest in that. And that's why I bought AMC. But I did, however, get back into GameStop. So now I'm in GameStop still, and I'm in at $229 a share. So at the end of the day, I still ended up going in on it regardless. So it didn't really matter. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. It's been a crazy week. And I mean, I don't know if you've seen like all the people making content about this, but literally it's just been one of the most trending things I think I've ever seen. Like one of the craziest weeks for sure in the stock market. And I'm not a huge stock guy. I like to invest my money for sure. I mean, but right now, truthfully, I gotta say I'm not too optimistic about the state of the market. I don't really like where things are going in terms of like people. I don't know. I think the market is gonna crash here pretty soon. I'm not entirely sure, but it definitely kind of feels that way. Was dropshipping better in 2017 than now? I think it was better in some ways. I think like it was maybe less competition. There was not as much competition back then. Maybe, ad costs were probably a little better. But aside from that, honestly, I think I think dropshipping is great right now still. I think there's better, more resources now. I think, like, for example, sourcing agents were not as common back then. Now you can find them really easily. There's just a lot more resources. Now there's a ton of resources out there to learn from for free and everything. So I would say there's a lot of benefits to dropshipping now that weren't there back in 2017. So, yep. Buy yourself a Snapple with the $2. Oh yeah, thanks, bro. I appreciate that, Dennis. Dennis donated a couple bones. I do appreciate that. I'll definitely buy myself a Snapple with that. I appreciate that, bro. I'm also holding GME, so that'll be pretty interesting. You should see who fundraised the Robinhood. All I can say is yikes. We are the product for the suits on that platform. Yeah, bro. I mean, we're the product for like every social media company out there. It's kind of crazy, but it is what it is. I mean, it's the price you pay to play the game, I guess. I sent you a DM about my store. I just wanted your opinion. Hey, if you want me to review your store, I mean, I'm down. I'm always down to review some stores on the live streams. Followed you for a couple years. You're the best. Thanks, man. I appreciate the support. I really do. There's a Reoccupy Wall Street in NYC 131. So let's go to Wall Street bets. Let's see what they're talking about in here. This is just so crazy. I'm still like, this has been the craziest week ever. And it's been a huge distraction, obviously, from like building our brains and stuff. Do you think dropshipping will still be the best choice to start a business in 2021? I mean, yeah, I do think e-commerce is the best place to be when it comes to building a business. So yeah, I threw $100 at GameStop to see what happens. Good idea. You're amazing, Ari. Keep up the good work. Wow, you guys are so sweet. I honestly love it. From the UK, holy shit, we got people from everywhere. That's honestly so cool. So apparently Melvin Capital. So I don't know if you guys know even what happened here, but I guess we can kind of talk about it real quick. I'm trying to find like a good recap of this because it's actually a really interesting. It's really interesting. Let's just say that. It's 12:30 in the UK, not 2 a.m. Wow, from Germany. Oh my gosh, we got people from all over the world in the chat. That's so cool. You guys are the best.
Who's that?
The free TurboTax live tax expert.
Why do you need a tax expert?
His advice is free and
We'll skip this ad.
It's guys here.
But wow, from Germany, that's just unbelievable. Let me make sure the chat is working properly here. The gamer guy got a good explanation. The gamer guy? Oh yeah. I think you're right. Thanks for the answer. I'm more confident now. Haha, I'm from Indonesia. Tuned in from Australia. You guys are crazy. Wow. I appreciate all the love, especially to all the international people. I'm international myself, so which video should we watch? I'm trying to watch one that will explain everything really well. And yeah, I look a little tired because I am a little tired. It's been a long day. I've been up since 7 a.m. and yeah, just been hustling. Ukraine. Hey, I got ancestors in the Ukraine, so that's pretty cool. Impulsive just had the Reddit group creator on his podcast. Wow, that is pretty nuts. Ari, can you quickly review my store? I'll review some stores, but I want to kind of talk about this real quick because this is just so crazy. Let's see, Impulsive. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's so long. But we can pull it up. Why not?
So at the end of the day, like, we're decentralized. We don't go by the same rules as you do. from the jail cell, that story becomes less intriguing.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just all it's man. Are we even going to the moon at this point? Why am I wearing this?
Emergency Impulsive Podcast. What a crazy day, an unprecedented day on Wall Street. Welcome back to Impulsive, the number one podcast in the world. GME restricted, Nokia restricted, AMC restricted, Robinhood has restricted stocks, trading on certain stocks. Wall Street's going. What are you doing? What are you doing?
We still going, boys?
This is too
Are
good.
we still going or what? Are we going to?
How's the audio, by the way? I don't think we've ever watched anything together on the streams yet. This is literally the first time. Actually, no, it's not the first time, but it's like the second time. So, curious. Are you going to be a guru stock channel now since the FB ads are dead? Well, Facebook ads are not dead, and no, I'm not trying to be any sort of guru. But yeah, I agree. Restricting trading is market manipulation, and that's kind of the messed up thing about all this. It's just kind of it's just weird. I don't like it, and it's definitely making me a lot more hesitant to invest any money really in the stock market. Okay, audio's good. We'll get it going.
Is the trip canceled?
That was yesterday.
No.
The trip to the moon it's postponed for now.
Well, I feel like
Until further notice, yeah. It's a disaster. Yeah. If you're like me, guys, you don't quite understand stocks. I've had to have a real self-reflective moment where I had to ask myself, am I dumb? People have described stocks to me for years, over and over and over again, and I've never truly gotten it. And then yesterday, when all this craziness started happening with the game stonks, I had you come over and whiteboard it out for me. Everyone, this is Chase Hero. He's a good friend of mine. He also built the Maverick Club. He's been in the stock market for over a decade, and your portfolio is quite diversified, and you're very good with your money. And so you gave me a little crash course on the stock market and what was happening and the background of the Redditors and Wall Street versus the Wall Street bets and the layman versus hedge funds. Now it's Dave Portnoy versus Robinhood. It's been a crazy morning. It's been a volatile morning. So this episode, we're going to educate you exactly what's going on, how we got here, and I guess what's going to happen to the future of Wall Street, because I can't see this not being a pivotal moment in trading history.
It'll be changed forever. Absolutely.
Are you surprised this morning as you sit here? I woke up and saw the news that the impenetrable shield around the wealthiest of Americans remains semi-impenetrable. I think Reddit has done a great job. But at the end of the day, are you surprised? Are you shocked that this is happening?
I'm not, unfortunately. You know, believe it or not, as I always tell you guys, the way I trade is normally like 10 years out, right? I buy something, hold it for 10 years because they're notoriously good at this. You know, at the end of the day, the average person investing wants the win. Like, they probably aren't winning a lot in life. So they're hunting for that win. And when it's robbed from them, it demotivates them, and they're like, all right, it'll never come back. Or that $5,000 maybe I shouldn't have put in. Now it's $2,000. I need that money.
That's why it's sad.
Weak. It's so sad because what happens? It just goes right back up, and they're moving these markets around in just such a crazy way. I mean, but to be honest with you, it's to be expected, and I think that we can also probably expect that absolutely no one will go to jail because of this.
That's the thing. So many people are saying, they can't do that. Well, isn't that?
That's kind of the sad part about all this, in my opinion, is that at the end of the day, it feels like it's just inevitably the government and the big suits are kind of going to win this. Maybe not. I don't know if that's 100% true, but at the end of the day, I do feel like the market is going to crash after this, and it's not going to end well. But we'll see what they have to say about it. And yes, Dogecoin also exploded. You're right. Still disappointed that you call my country the UK. Oh, did you say that you were from the Netherlands? I did not mean to do that. Netherlands is way cooler than the UK. I've never been to either, though, so I guess I wouldn't know from experience. But I know the Netherlands has legal weed, legal drugs. That's kind of cool.
Illegal? This has to be a crime. Someone should be thrown in jail. And I keep saying this morning, the same people that benefit from this happening are the ones that make the laws to prevent it from happening in the future. What do you think they're going to do? This is a systemic fucking problem, dude. It's designed for exactly this to happen.
Well, the thing is they want you to get in the market enough with hope, but at the same time, they want to make the margin.
So weird. It's like they're dangling that hope, that prospect of potentially making money in front of you. But then when it happens, they're like, oh, whoa,
Yep.
you made too much. And it sucks that the billionaires were able to take back, at least for now, the power from the trillionaires or however.
Well, it's because also the
There's not
news.
that many, but that's yeah.
And you watch the news dangle huge returns. It's like they glorify these insane returns. You see it on CNBC, Wall Street. You see it all the time. They're like, look at these crazy gains. So someone gets into the stock market their first time. They're like anticipating that's what's going to happen to them. And when it doesn't, I mean, it is the ripple effect of this will be horrible. Right now, this is incredibly fucked. People are really down on their luck.
Can I ask you how down on your luck you are? You don't have to say. I'll say.
Yeah, so I'll be honest with you. I joined this for fun. I put $100,000 in at one point this morning. It was a little over 5 million, then like 8 million, and then I went to go sell the options, and you could tell they were manipulating the market. They were 10 grand. I was like, well, how can this be? This makes no sense. And then I realized it's always been this way. They don't trust the average person to act freely because they think that if you think freely, new things will change. And it will board about things that they can't control, i.e. cryptocurrencies and things of that nature. So Reddit is, they couldn't control the platform. They can't control free traders, but what do? They lock their access out to Robinhood. I believe most wealthy people can just call up their broker and still buy all these things right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is just so screwed.
How is Robinhood or some of these other trading platforms defending their position on halting the ability to trade these stocks? Is it because they see some sort of illegalities in the fact that this is happening in the first place? Is it a liability thing on their end?
They put out a tweet.
I also saw alerts coming yesterday from the app saying that there's a tremendous amount of volatility right now. Be careful. So are they claiming that they're protecting their users?
They put out, in light of current market volatility, we are restricting transactions for certain securities to position closing only, including AMC and GME. Read more here.
But why? Like, if you pop that open, why are they doing it? Not why are they doing it? Why are they claiming they are doing it?
I think they're saying they're trying to protect their end user from like buying in right now.
Super volatile stocks.
Correct. But here's the problem is there's millions of people who all bought in and you just cut them out at the knees.
They created the volatility.
Correct.
Right.
I mean, the thing is should it be at the price it is? That's relative. I mean, it really is. The world we live in is ever changing. So like, I don't think fundamentals are going to say they are, but if enough people trust something, they can send it wherever they want. Case in point, Tesla, right? So I think that just they're trying to stifle people's choice. And it's
so
crazy.
funny that an app called Robinhood is literally doing the exact opposite of what Robinhood did.
He was a hero. They're robbing the hood. Literally.
They're robbing the hood.
They're robbing the fucking hood, dude.
Portnoy posted this. Citadel bails out Melvin Capital. So then Ken Griffin calls up Robinhood CEO Vlad and says, don't allow buying GME, AMC, and Naked anymore. I know you got some of that yesterday. Citadel handles 60% of Robinhood's trades. Basically, Robinhood needs Citadel/Ken Griffin. So the platforms and the people that are backed by the money are still always going to choose the money.
Correct.
And it sucks.
And Citadel's really powerful. I think that people forget that they're the people who essentially
Meet Chris and Mark. They've both heard of Bitcoin and Ethereum.
high frequency trade this. So when when Robinhood sends their trade off to the ecosystem to go back to the exchange to buy something, they're buying that position from them. And they're raking up a couple pennies, and they make that margin on both sides. So they always are flush with capital and able to kind of move the market how they see fit. This should be illegal. There's no question about it.
1000%. There has to be some
That's
sort
so
of
messed
accountability take. This I don't understand. My brain cannot compute how this is not criminal. Is it a class action lawsuit?
Well,
people making the laws.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, how are they? They're not gonna prosecute the people that are making them the money. You know what I'm saying? They're all eating off of it. All of the administrators or legislators that would make laws to prevent this type of thing from happening are eating
Where
off
do you
of
think
it
their
happening.
money is? It's in Citadel, probably. It's in Melvin Capital.
This is what's funding their trips to Pebble Beach. This is what's fueling their jets, like activity like this. And like, I was thinking about it more this morning. It's like putting the internet, which everyone, says is undefeated, and I sure hope it continues to prove so, against a truly undefeated fucking monster that is the American financial system. This is a system, unlike the internet, that has not lost. This system cannot lose. If you take down the banks, they are bailed out with taxpayer money.
Yep.
The money we make to shut them down, we then pay back to get them back up. They're simply reskinned, reformatted to attack us from a different flank. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter, dude. And so in a lot of ways,
I like the suit. He's riled up in his suit. We are on a trip right
he's
now.
still going to the moon.
And listen, you kind of came thing. Listen, I had to do this just for you guys. Look at this. I wore my naked underwear.
Wow, the stock's restricted though, so
I'm stuck with it.
We're probably going to get this all flagged and stuff. Hashtag not naked. My bad.
some of the Wall Street Bets folks are being shadow banned. The guy who I'm about to invite on the podcast, which I'm going to do now, he hopefully has some answers for us and can educate us a little bit on how this started, where we're at, where we're going. His account is shadow banned.
Yo, this is all so messed up. I just can't believe that this actually happened. I can't believe Robinhood actually halted these stocks. That seems extremely illegal. And, I think we are on uncharted territory right now. Something like this, I don't think has ever happened. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this happen with the stock market. And I can only imagine where it's going to lead us. I don't know if you guys are invested at all in the stock market, but I'm certainly nervous about the future of all this. But, man, fuck Robinhood, fuck the suits. I just can't believe all this.
Literally. And there was a moment yesterday where they shut down the Reddit.
Yeah, it was crazy. And now it's, steaming on 5 million people. What's next week going to be like? I just feel like it's such a voice that this could get crazy out of hand. And again, you have to remember the powers that be, they can just unplug everything.
So
Take us back to the Stone Age.
So here's my question. And this is going to be this is completely devil's advocate. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I was watching that scene from The Matrix this morning where the guy's eating the steak and he says, for 8 years, they told me that this wasn't real. And he eats the steak and he goes, ignorance is bliss. And the Matrix guy says to him, so we have a deal, in a lot of ways, I'm just like, yo, should I just dump full back into Amazon and just like, at what point do I just get back on the giant shoulders and at least, please, sir, please, just a couple dollars for me? Like,
that's
know what I'm saying? I'm not saying do that. Like, keep fucking fighting, but it's just like, yo, are we going to keep getting fucking pulverized in the ground, or is Elon Musk going to take us to Mars and save us? I want to go somewhere to space.
We could tell.
I dressed for it quite fucking literally. I thought we were going to the moon, and now everybody's still holding, but not because they want to, because they fucking have to, because they can't sell the stock.
Well, yeah, and you're destroying people. Like you talk about like the mental issues and like the things people go through, mental health. What do you think a whole bunch of people are going through right now when they've just been like, they're like, you took my choice away?
I believe we have him on. Can you hear us? Mm-hmm. How are you, brother?
Okay, so now they're bringing in the actual Wall Street's Bets founder, so the founder of this subreddit, which is over 6 million people now. This subreddit, literally like a week ago, was only 2 million, I think, maybe 2 million, and now it's over 6.5 million. That's actually unbelievable growth. Congratulations, Wall Street Bets. I mean, this is all pretty legendary stuff. Sergio's saying that Robinhood is known as the worst broker out there. Interactive Brokers and E-Trade are the best ones. I do also use E-Trade, so I can vouch for that. Otto says it's a monopoly. Yeah, honestly, it kind of is. It feels like really there's no way to win because they just keep changing the rules. And if they keep changing the rules, it's, they're making it impossible for the small people to win, which is really messed up, man. I don't know exactly where this is going to lead. But I'm curious to hear the founder of Wall Street Bets. I don't know what he sounds like. I don't know who he is. I didn't even know they had a founder. This is all new stuff to me, and this is why I wanted to stream it. We just cracked 50 viewers, which is really dope. And this has nothing to do with my channel usually. So I'm really happy that you guys are tuning into the stream and tuning into the videos and stuff. I'm really excited for the future. I'm going to try to stream more nowadays. I think I've figured out a solid schedule. So let's see. The founder of Wall Street Bets is a parasite and banned from his own subreddit. Oh, shit. So you got some beef over here with the with the founder. Let's see what that's all about.
Good, thank you. How are you?
Amazing. Yeah, pretty good. It's been a wild morning, huh?
Oh, you can say that again. I still have my protein shake breakfast, which I've barely touched.
Have you been stressed out? Have you been busy?
Busy, yeah. Stressed out, not really. You know, this is Wall Street Bets has been in the press before, and I'd been in the press before. You know, certainly not to this extent. So
Yeah.
busy, yeah, but stressed. No, man, I'm enjoying it.
Got you. Well, really appreciate you taking the time to hop on with us on such short notice. And Jamie, I wanted to clarify your involvement in Wall Street Bets because, right, your Twitter says founder of Wall Street Bets. But if I understand correctly, it's not controlled by anyone in particular. It's not owned by anyone in particular, right? It's a open forum with a few moderators. Well, yeah. What's your actual?
That's correct. Right. So founding really means that I created the subreddit. I went on the Reddit platform and on other social platforms, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. And I came up with the name and I registered it. And on Reddit specifically, you know, you start a community kind of to say.
Okay, should I look up a different summary? I feel like this is gonna take a really long time. I mean, I'm down for it if y'all wanna watch this, but you know, obviously this is a community live stream. It's not about me. I wanna know what you guys want. And thanks, Anthony. I definitely will be streaming more, bro, especially with all the support you guys have been giving me lately. It's been so much fun. I appreciate all the support and the love, for real. And I love streaming. It's actually super fun. I'll be streaming more, probably tomorrow morning, by the way. That's probably going to be the next stream. But let me know, everybody watching, I actually know another really good summary of what's going on, but this one is a little too long. This one is pretty funny. Okay, I'll switch to, I'll watch this
Meet your
one.
next pillow. Why do we make our pillow in the shape of a cube?
I'll tell you.
The problem with pillow.
This is going to come as a shock to all of you watching this, but I'm just going to go ahead and be brave and come out and say it here. I'm dropping my pants and showing you the truth. I don't know fuck all about the stock market. I have absolutely no knowledge about stocks or any of that financial shit over there. I'm basically just a little troglodyte playing in a cave with my Pokemon cards when it comes to like understanding stock trading and shit. Clueless on it. But this week has been so wild with GameStop stock, GME, AMC, BlackBerry, just so many stocks exploding and so many overnight millionaires from Wall Street Bets subreddit that I've been fascinated, blown away by it, and super happy to see it. I've been talking about it quite a bit on stream recently, twitch.tv/moistcritical, where you can get all of the hot financial takes from the fucking experts. Stop by if you want to put a few more inches on your penis in your portfolio, I guess. I'm just kidding, I know fuck all about finances, but I've just been glued to the topic. I'm sure most of you watching already know what I'm talking about, at least the gist of it. Some of you are probably actually millionaires from it with how many people made so much money off these stocks. But in a nutshell, on the subreddit Wall Street Bets, the community there noticed that GameStop stock.
So that's this community that he's talking about. I just looked at it. 6.5 million degenerates are a part of this community, which is pretty unbelievable. I can't believe that how much they have grown in the past few days. But yeah, this will be a good summary. I really love watching Charlie's videos. I don't know if you guys know him at all, but he's a great streamer, and hopefully one day I'll be as good of a streamer.
Stock, GME, was shorted by a bunch of hedge funds, or at least a couple, and basically what they did is exploited that by having everyone on the subreddit buying so much GameStop stock that it just kept going up and up and up, reaching astronomical heights, going up to like $400 something, I think, yesterday. And by doing this, they were making so much money, and hedge funds were losing billions. Not an exaggeration, literally billions. And I had the biggest smile on my face and the largest boner in my pants I've had in a long time. Seeing them whining and moaning, complaining about it, like, oh, this needs to be regulated. We need laws to stop this from happening. They're hacking the system. It's incredible. And then the people on Twitter that for some reason suck the asshole of rich people, thinking that maybe they'll give them some scraps or something. I really don't know why, but then seeing those Twitter warriors breaking down, we shouldn't be celebrating. We're taking money from these billionaires. That's terrible. Oh no, my heart's breaking now. Oh, you telling me this billionaire has to get rid of one of his yachts now? Oh no, gee whiz, fuck, alright, I guess we should call the whole operation off. Like, man, it's been incredible. It has been so nice. Basically, what's been happening is exactly what hedge funds have been doing for years, but now all of a sudden it's a problem because the normal people are doing it.
That's basically the gist of why this is so crazy and why this is so historic. is because hedge funds have traditionally been known to, play by these rules that people are using, like sort of manipulating the market and shorting stocks to the ground. And now that it's kind of coming back, people are playing against them. Everybody, or the hedge funds really, and the big people, the people really pulling the strings on all this. Obviously, they're doing everything in their power to stop it, and it's really unfortunate. It's like really disappointing in humanity that there really are. I mean, it doesn't come as a surprise to me that there are people pulling the strings in the background, but it's really painfully obvious now that that's the case, and it's just really unfortunate. I don't know where it's gonna lead. And by the way, thank you, Shade. I really appreciate you saying I'm a good content creator. That's so nice of you. I know that dropshipping and Shopify is the main niche of this channel, but I would like to consider this channel a business commentary channel at this point. I am making a second channel for just like more vlog style content, but yeah, I really appreciate your support, for real. And I don't watch One Piece. I have seen One Piece. I've watched all the way up until like episode 100, and then I was like, no. But it's just a little long. My partner Ty, though, he's like my best friend. He that's his favorite anime, though. So, but let's finish this video.
Internet people, college students, just normal average Joes instead of this rich elite douchebags, these corrupt evil people. Now it's a problem because they're the ones losing on it. I'm not your financial advisor, so I'm not going to go into the nitty gritty of it, and I'm definitely not the one to really get in there because I don't understand it all completely myself, but I just love what's been happening here. Now, I want to make it clear, I have $0 in any stock in the entire world. Like I said, I don't understand it, so I don't get into it, but man, I have just been here with my foam finger cheering on you Redditors for the last week or so. It has been so nice to see that. I've read stories about people whose lives have changed from these stocks, having actual life-changing amounts of money coming into them because of this, which comes right out of the pocket of one of these fucking parasites at Wall Street. It's incredible. It was great. And I say was because it's in the past now, because what's happened is Robinhood, the most popular app for this free trading of the stocks here, has just all of a sudden inexplicably canceled the ability to buy GME, AMC, BlackBerry, all of the big stocks that Reddit and the people were looking at. They just canceled the ability to buy new ones, and by doing so, the price is starting to tank, obviously. So what Robinhood has done is spit in the face of everyone that used their platform, and I truly hope that platform burns to the ground as a result. To betray the people like that so blatantly right to their face and be the little puppet that dances for the rich is pathetic. Let me take you back to the past for a moment. You remember when Robinhood said this? Oh man, the good old days of Robinhood, huh? And now Robinhood's corpse has just been skull-fucked here by Wall Street hedge funds. And even Robinhood, who was known for stealing from the rich to give to the poor, has turned its back to everyone and shown all of us its ass. And let me tell you, Robinhood, we didn't like how it smelt. I would be shocked if people used Robinhood after today. And in fact, I'm embarrassed that Robinhood was one of the sponsors for our podcast, the official podcast. I feel super bad for anyone that actually used it now after seeing what this company's actually about. Absolutely shameful stuff here. To shut it down because people were finally starting to make money at the expense of the elite that have used them like fleshlights for years. Fucking pathetic that they're just going to stop that now. And let me just make this clear, Robinhood will never again be advertising with the official podcast. We are slamming the door in their face and telling them to get the fuck off of the lawn, because this is shameful shit right here. It was so easy too. The name Robinhood was perfect. People were actually taking from the rich. And Robinhood, all they had to do was nothing. All they had to do was just fucking exist. Just sit there. Just tell people to take a vacation. Just evacuate the office. Just have nobody in there, do nothing for the week. Let things play out. And this would have been a staple on everyone's phone for the next 30 years. Anyone that even had an iota of interest in stock trading, Robinhood would have been the main recommendation. If they had just not bent over and let the hedge funds fuck them in the...
For real, it was literally that easy. Actually, that's such a good way to put it. All they had to do is literally chill and just let this happen, but of course not. They got called out by their big corporate investors, whatever it is, and they just had to do whatever they wanted. I actually saw a snippet of Vlad, the CEO of Robinhood, and he went on TV and basically gave this half-ass explanation of everything that happened, and just like he said, it was kind of pathetic, honestly. This whole thing has been just a huge show of like I said earlier, the people behind the scenes pulling the strings, and just fucking over the retail investors. It's really messed up.
The ass and manipulate them. That's all they had to do, was just do nothing, and they couldn't do it because the corruption is so deep.
And I will save this stream, by the way. All streams are actually saved on my channel, so don't worry about that.
Cowards, pussies, parasites, worms, man, it's sickening. Again, I had no investment in this financially, but I love to see people winning at the expense of people that deserve to lose. It's so frustrating that the corruption is so deep that they can just stop trading. They can just freeze it, halt it, give hedge funds every possible advantage to recover to the best of their ability when they shouldn't have that luxury. They should absolutely have to pay for this. Keep in mind, the hedge funds were betting against GameStop and tons of other stocks pretty much on a very shady ground, naked shorting, all kinds of terrible shady practices that haven't been enforced for years, and now they're finally getting payback. They're finally losing for betting against all of these companies, and now it's a problem because people are the ones making them lose. Pathetic. I can't express how upset I am at Robinhood in particular for this, because I did believe it was a good platform. I really did. And now I'm just eating my own ass on it. I'm just putting my own dick in my mouth here because it clearly is not. Okay,
I think that kind of sums it up. I think this is another really great video. I watched this one recently, kind of explaining just the whole short squeeze side of things. So it's kind of a more technical video. Yes, I will save all these streams, by the way, so don't worry about that, guys. It'll all be saved so that you can enjoy this at a later time if you choose to do so. But this is a really great video I watched recently, just really explaining the short squeeze, because if you guys don't know how this works, the reason why this stock has popped off so much is because of the short squeeze, and that's what we'll learn about in this video here. So boom.
Pay attention to the stock market or the news or Reddit. If you paid attention to the stock market or the news or Reddit lately, you may have heard a lot about GameStop and a short squeeze.
And that brings me to GameStop. Checkout shares at GameStop surging another 51% today. The record move driven by a retail rebellion.
If you don't really understand what's happening or why, I'm going to try and break that down for you in this video. Quick disclaimer, I am not a financial professional. This is not investing advice, and I am personally in a long position on GameStop at this time. So if the last time you thought about GameStop was when you tried trading in your Xbox 360 and 30 games and were just offered $20 in store credit and a bag of chips, well, some things have changed and some things haven't. Of course, mall retailers have been suffering a lot the last few years and took an especially hard hit in 2020. It's predicted that over 50% of department stores, which take up over half of the anchor space in malls, will close this year. So where does that leave GameStop?
But the coronavirus pandemic has decimated the already struggling chain.
Well, they are shutting down a lot of their underperforming brick and mortar stores to focus more on digital. Ryan Cohen, who founded Chewy, the online pet retailer that sold to PetSmart for $3.35 billion, took a 10% stake in GameStop in September of 2020, making him the largest individual shareholder. And then he increased that to 12.9% in December. Now Ryan and two former Chewy executives have seats on GameStop's board and are looking to turn their business model around. So if Ryan Cohen is able to make GameStop a bigger player in the higher margin revenue world of e-commerce, this may take a floundering retail company on the brink of bankruptcy and turn them around in a big way. So where does that leave us? Well, after hitting an all-time low of $2.80 in April of 2020, GameStop closed Friday at $65.01, after shooting up 51% that same day. It even hit a high of $76.76 during the day on Friday, getting the stock halted several times due to it moving so quickly. So why did all this happen? Well, GameStop had over 138% of its float shares sold short, making it the most shorted stock in the US stock market. Let's break that down further. Float shares are the number of shares available for trading of a particular stock. So well over 100% of these shares are sold short. So what does that mean? It basically means Wall Street hates this particular stock and expects its value to fall. The way it works is...
Yeah, and we thought that 2020 was going to be a crazy year. That's a good one, honestly. 2021 is starting off even crazier with the stock market stuff, and I can only really guess where this is going to lead. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I mean, honestly, my prediction is that because of this, I mean, not necessarily because of this, but a lot of people have been trying to predict like a market correction and saying that things are going to collapse. I think this is kind of the inevitable beginning of that collapse. And I don't know. It sounds like it's going to be really messy, really bloody, and a lot of people are going to get really hurt. But I think the best thing we can do is just continue to build our businesses and just, try to have money to invest when everything is on sale,
They borrow the stock, sell it, and then they buy it back after the stock value has fallen. The price difference between what they sell it for and what they buy it back for is their profit. So essentially, if they sell GameStop at $20 and then the stock price falls to $5, they just profited $15. So if someone thinks a company is overvalued, they can make money when that stock price falls in value. Now, the thing with short selling is there is theoretically infinite risk since there is no ceiling on how high a stock price can go. So let's say GameStop went to $200 and the short seller who sold the stock for $20 now has to buy it back at that price. They just lost $180 per share. Now, if GameStop went to $1,000, then they lost $980 per share. So in theory, there are infinite losses associated with short selling. So the other thing you may be questioning is how can they short more shares than there are shares available? Well, let's scale things down for an example, and let's say GameStop issued 150 shares of their stock. A fund wants to short the stock, so they borrow 100 shares and then they sell them to an institution. Let's say this institution does stock lending and someone else comes along and they also want to short GameStop. The institution lends them the 100 shares and they go out and sell them. This means that there are 200 shares now sold short out of only 150 available. Over 130% of the shares are now short. Now that was kind of a silly example, but it illustrates how this works. It can be an endless cycle of borrowing and selling. Borrowing, sell, borrowing, sell, borrowing, sell. But the thing is, short sellers have to pay interest when they borrow these shares, so it costs them money to hold this position. So that means if a stock goes up when they expect it to go down, these short sellers are still holding that position and still paying interest while they wait to exit. So here's where Wall Street Bets on Reddit comes into play. So let's say you have a few posters on Wall Street Bets who are bullish on GameStop for a variety of reasons. They think it's actually a good value play and has a lot of potential as a company and as a stock to increase in value. So they post a due diligence on Reddit saying why they're bullish on GameStop as a company. And then maybe it's also mentioned how Wall Street is very bearish on the stock and over 100% of the shares are sold short. In fact, for a while now, short interest has been at or above 100% of the shares available, which is pretty rare. So this amount of shorts and then the bullish news on Ryan Cohen and even their digital sales increasing 309% over the holidays makes this a prime setup for a short squeeze. Remember, if price goes up, shorts are losing money. They had to borrow those shares at interest, and so the more the price goes up, the more those shorts are getting squeezed out of their position and having to buy back at a higher price, causing them to lose money. With such a large amount of short positions, there's going to be a lot of buying when these shorts cover their positions. This large amount of buying increases the stock price, and then it makes other shorts have to exit their positions by buying back as well, making the price go up even more. But since there are just a finite amount of shares, if the stockholders refuse to sell their shares to these shorts, the price can continue to go up and up and up. So back to Wall Street Bets, where they're known for taking an enormous amount of risk to bring home some tendies, also known as sick gains. You have thousands of retail traders who are buying up GameStop shares to squeeze these shorts and make some profit. So all these GameStop bulls on Reddit have clashed with short sellers, most notably Andrew Left from Citron Research, who has notably been wrong on many bearish positions in the past. It's essentially a David versus Goliath story with retail traders looking to punish Wall Street and profit along the way. And I'm here for it. Perhaps the most legendary of these Redditors is Deep Value, who has been bullish on GameStop for over a year now and has turned 53,000.
This guy's an absolute legend. Look at that, 53,000 into now actually it's like 50 million. So pretty unbelievable stuff. Let me read some comments here in the chat. So best e-commerce niches post financial collapse. That's a good one, bro. Honestly, I don't know, tie niche, because everybody's gonna need to have a nice tie when they're looking for a job. I don't know. Have you seen Robinhood reviews? Yeah, Robinhood's been getting like the worst reviews possible, but Google is helping them out a lot and making sure that those reviews don't stay like that forever. So that's kind of annoying. Sorry, let me kind of adjust this camera. It's a little wonky. Sorry. Oh, okay. I think that's a little better. Deep fucking value is a god. Yes, I agree. Okay, so your prediction, Shade, is that a lot more wealth this year. Last year was preparation. People that work hard this year and get into this stuff will have a lot better chance of success. Young money. Ooh, I kind of like that. Now that everyone has access to these apps and devices, it's just so much power to the people at this point. We love that. I agree. I mean, that's one of the things that I think is a positive to take away from this, is that the people have way more power now than we thought. at least than I thought. Even though it is annoying that the most powerful people will still win in the end, it's cool to see that when people, sort of come together for a cause, they can achieve a lot. And this is like a huge testament to that. So it makes me really optimistic for humanity's future, like just with like fighting global warming and and other causes like that. I'm really excited for the future in that sense. I think things will get better. I think things will get better for everyone over time. I think now that we are seeing like the true nature of the government that is kind of controlling all this, and the hedge funds, the billionaires and everything, I think people will start looking towards exiting markets, getting into crypto, maybe starting to sort of not depend on the companies they work for, maybe getting more into the online world, freelance work, stuff like that. That would be really interesting. And yeah, you're right. Google is straight up deleting reviews, which is really lame. I think they're just considering it sort of like spam at this point, which is not cool at all. And yes, I am still running ads for the new year. Let me see. I'm trying to change the thumbnail on this stream. I don't know if I can do it without ending the stream. But whatever. I mean, this is primarily to talk about the Wall Street stuff going on anyways, so I'm just going to keep the stream on my channel tonight. I'm not ending it yet or anything. We're still going to watch some videos and talk about this some more. Some of you guys that are new to the chat, I just showed sort of my journey with AMC. Follow me on Twitter, obviously, if you want to sort of take a look at this yourself. But I did secure a decent bag during this whole mess, so I'm kind of excited for that. But yeah, I agree. Robinhood is done after this. I'm definitely going to try to get out of that platform as soon as possible. I'm really disappointed with the way they handle this. When I woke up, I was just very disappointed in the whole thing. Thanks for respecting the Netherlands after my comment. Love the content, my bro. Hey, of course, I got to respect the Netherlands. I actually have a really good friend that just moved there for school. And I'm probably going to visit him later this year at some point. So maybe we can all link up. That would be really fun. But yeah, so did any of you guys invest in anything? Did you guys invest in other things? What are you guys up to? I mean, I'm trying to get to know the chat a little bit here. Here, I'll make it easier for you guys and draw a little heart here so you feel a little more comfortable. Yeah, but a lot of crazy stuff this week. I think the future is kind of uncertain. I mean, it always sort of is, but more than ever now. I'm really not sure what's about to happen with all this, and I'm hoping for the best, but that may not be possible. I think things might get really bad pretty soon. This is the worst heart I've ever drawn. You invested in AMC and NOK, so Nokia. Nice. Did any of you guys make any money? Do you use ABO or CBO campaigns after 2 days of launching a new ABO campaign? It turns to limited learning and stops performing well. Well, it's the same thing with a CBO if you're launching it at like a lower budget. So I would just say stick to ABO to begin with. If you had 1K to play with, where would you invest it in this current climate? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is honestly the only, I think, safe investment at this point. I've invested in quite a lot, but mostly Bitcoin and GameStop. Nice, bro. Yeah, I like I like Bitcoin a lot. You were making money, now you're down. Damn. Yeah, I think that's the case with a lot of people here. It's kind of unfortunate. So to clarify, why do you think it will be bad? The reason why I think this will be bad is because I think people will lose. First of all, I think retail investors are going to lose trust in the stock market and just the overall state of the economy, and they're going to pull their money out of stocks, making all stocks go down, which will eventually sort of collapse the economy. I mean, the economy was due for a market correction for a long time and a sort of crash. I'm honestly like not by any means a financial advisor, economist, none of that, but I would guess that the stock market is going to go down in the next coming months, especially with everything being super overvalued and with people not having trust in the market. This is kind of like a classic storm, a classic setup for a crash. So we'll see. Diamond hands over here. Let's go. Random question. What's the difference between an ad set and an ad group? Ad group, I think, is talking about like the ads within an ad set. Up about 8K on GameStop. That's dope, man. Good job. Okay, let's just finish this video super quick.
$1,000 in GameStop calls into over $11 million. And he's still holding. So on Friday when the stock shot up over 50%, was that the short squeeze? No, I don't believe it was. The thing is, you had many of these Wall Street bettors and other retail traders buying up a bunch of these $60 option calls on GameStop. The market makers who create these contracts either find some other party to take the other side of the trade, or they themselves hedge their position by buying GameStop shares. But there aren't enough shares for them to properly hedge, so they have to buy back at whatever price they're able to. So this makes the price go up and up.
In this case, by buying GameStop at any price and bidding the stock up, up, and up to crush the short so they have to cover, get it taken up. It's incredible to watch.
So in turn, brokerages then margin call the short sellers, meaning the short sellers either have to exit their positions or liquidate some assets in order to satisfy the broker's requirements. So where we currently stand as of close Friday, it still appears 102.29% of the shares of GameStop are shorted, which means shorts have only just started to unwind some of their positions. If retail traders hold their shares and continue to buy up call options, this can put a significant squeeze on short sellers. So how high will GameStop actually go? Obviously, no one really knows. Perhaps the most pertinent example of a short squeeze is Volkswagen in 2008. It has been referred to as the mother of all squeezes and caused hedge funds to lose $30 billion. The price was at $197 in September and shot up all the way to $999 in October. It'll be really interesting to see how this plays out this upcoming week. As I mentioned, I am long on GameStop, and depending on how things open on Monday, I may look to add more shares. Even if a massive short squeeze doesn't happen, this could also be a decent value play if you think that GameStop could cut its dead weight from its brick and mortar and expand its e-commerce revenue.
I would characterize GameStop as a long-term value destroyer.
With Ryan Cohen aboard and an increased demand in gaming consoles, it seems like there may be hope for GameStop yet. I'd love to hear your thoughts on GameStop in the comments below. At the very least, maybe leave me some rocket emojis. Do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button on this video. It'll really help this channel out. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Wow, that was a really great video, actually. So a lot of you guys saying you're in AMC. Am I in Dogecoin? I am in Dogecoin like a little bit, but it was mainly for the meme. I'm not really like taking it too seriously. And unfortunately, it's not going very well. But yeah, I can review some stores here. I want to figure out how I can change the thumbnail of this live stream. I'm not sure if I can, honestly. It's kind of unfortunate, but I might have to like redo the live stream, which would kind of suck. Hello from Brazil. Wow, we got some people from Brazil. Let's go. That's awesome. Do I run any ads for my store? Google ads. Yes, I do. I've always had like brand campaigns, brand search campaigns, but that's about it. Are your shipping times slower during Chinese New Year, or does your agent still work? My agent still works, but I'm mainly shipping everything from the US anyways. All right, so what's your take on Bitcoin versus altcoins right now for long-term growth or for short-term gains? I mean, honestly, I'm just bullish on Bitcoin. I'm a diehard Bitcoin guy right now. I mean, not always. I haven't always been that way. I was definitely a skeptic for a long time. But I definitely understand why it's beneficial now. And I'm really hyped on Bitcoin more than anything. I think Bitcoin is better than altcoins just because it has more notoriety. I think it's more known by people, and I think people are more willing to trust it, so therefore it has more growth potential. I could be wrong, but that's just the way I see it. And a lot of big like billionaires are, talking about Bitcoin. A lot of people are just getting really hyped on Bitcoin in general. So yeah, I think Bitcoin is gonna be the cryptocurrency to invest in for a long time. So that's what I'm invested in. Also Ethereum. I like Ethereum too, but that's basically it. Dude, your videos have helped me so much. Hey, glad to hear it, bro. $25 a day SCAG Google ads got me my first sale a few hours ago after 6 months. Wow, that's awesome. Can I give a shout out to Yassine? Of course, shout out Yassine, bro. Wow. What do you think about Ethereum? I think Ethereum is also a great coin. I mean, from what I know, it's a lot of like the decentralized finance technology revolves around Ethereum. So I think it has a lot of long-term potential. So I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are both really, really good coins to invest in. I don't think, they're very risky, to be honest. Shout out Nick Gurr. Hey. Yeah, I do like stonks, bro. I do like stonks. I've been investing for a while now, actually. To be honest with you, the first entrepreneurial venture, and I do count this as an entrepreneurial venture, the first thing that I ever did was trade stocks. If you guys didn't know, like I had $1,000 to my name, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. We're gonna get into investing. We're gonna be the next Warren Buffett. And I went from like $1,000 to $500 in like 2 weeks. So it was kind of pathetic and it was not fun. My parents were pretty pissed at me. They were like, what the hell are you doing? That was a terrible idea. Facebook disabled my account and I didn't even run an ad yet. I might have to go with Google Ads. Yeah, you might have to. I would just appeal your account though. A lot of the times they just do it on accident or incorrectly ban your account. Game Stonk, hell yeah, Game Stonk to the moon. There's a lot of hope, a lot of hype, but we'll see where it goes. I'm honestly, not super optimistic on the future of the stock market right now, so we'll see where it goes, but I'm holding on to it for dear life for sure. Okay, let's see. What else should we watch? Have I tried Pinterest ads? A little bit, but not with much success. I've just driven a lot of traffic through Pinterest, but it hasn't really converted very well for me. We're going to be the next Warren Buffett. Yeah, that's kind of how it was. Oh yeah, this video is also kind of going viral here. The market in general will crash when GameStop does. Yeah, I think you're right, bro. I think once GameStop is done, I think everyone else will be done as well. So that's not good, but it is what it is. Danilin, oh, thank you. You love the vids. I appreciate the love. I'm excited for this year. This year is going to be my biggest growth year. I can feel it. I'm really trying to just not necessarily step up. Like the reason why I wanted to do this live stream is because I want to not be afraid of making other type of content aside from just Shopify and drop shipping specifically. I just want to make content about all the things that interest me. Stocks being one of them, but mainly, of course, Shopify content. That's kind of my main thing, but still. Have you landed a Nolly Big Flip Stalefish? No, not yet, bro. Still working on it. Do you know why Facebook is telling me that my CPM is $60? Probably because your CPM is $60, man. And that's not good. You should probably get a better ad or something.
Gals, me Mudahar, and boy oh boy did a joke actually pay off for once in my life, ladies and gentlemen. Now, one of my favorite places on the internet, without a doubt, all right, no matter where I go, is Wall Street Bets, okay? Wall Street Bets is like my favorite Reddit board, okay? It's actually one of the reasons why I live for, all right? Like, if Wall Street Bets ceases to exist, I'll actually be way more depressed than I could ever really conceive. Because these guys are sort of like the 4chans of trader. They're basically like the meme traders at this point. all they really do is they fluff up a stock, they joke about it, and maybe like one or two people in this entire group actually make a lot of money through this. But then I would wager that 99% of the people that jump in, it's like, yeah, I'll buy the stock for 10,000, lose their cash. They all lose it. All right, this is literally just like a bull market gone insane. These people are some of the most meme-tacular individuals. Okay, it's one thing memeing, all right, and then it's another thing memeing with millions of dollars on the line. Wall Street Bets really hits it. Now, Wall Street Bets basically has a couple meme positions. So, you know, it would be like Nokia, BlackBerry, whatever. Basically, they found GameStop one day. They basically looked at GameStop 2 years ago and it's like, come over here, baby. Let's groom you into the nicest meme stock we ever could make. Now, to really put into history why I'm making this video, I started investing around like 2019, like in the beginning of it. This was during something that I really wanted to get into. I'm really into the number stuff. I'm really into the whole investment shit. I'm really into like how finances are sort of done. This is like one of the hobbies. It's actually become not just a hobby, but a massive massive part of my life and a massive part of how I keep the lights on, so to speak. Right? Like that's pretty much what it is for me. Now, with this, I developed new friends, I developed new groups, you know, investment became a big part. Now, along with every big part, there comes the memes and there comes the bets, all right? Now, way back in the day, I lost a bet and I had to invest myself into a meme position. And I decided to pick GameStop. Why? Because I'm a gamer and I know that at one point, GameStop is going to die, okay? GameStop, by 2023, by 2024 or something, I refuse to believe they'll actually still be a company. Going to my local EB Games, which is basically GameStop in Canada, 90% of it is Funko Pops and maybe 10% of it are like games, all right? That's pretty much what a GameStop is these days. To expect this company to survive is a little funny, champ, but they'll live as long as game discs exist. You know, as long as game companies still allow discs on their consoles, they'll be just fine, all right? They'll survive. The moment that shit gets taken away, whoo, goodbye, GameStop, goddamn, sell those Funko Pops till you die. Now, this is when I invested like way back. So around January of 2020, around this point, and I was invested around $4.30, a little bit higher, I think. Actually, I might have bought I think the bot might have, you know, purchased at around the $4 to $5 range. I was in GameStop, right? That's where I was. I honestly expected to lose this money because I'd lost a bet with friends, and so I invested in this. I thought, yeah, I was going to just lose cash. Nothing was going to really fucking happen. So I didn't really care. It wasn't on my radar. I might even have like a voter booklet somewhere, like they send you like voter information, like voter instructions as part of like an overall package when you're invested. If I have it, I think I might be able to show it. But long story short, I invested here and like fucking guess where it's at right now, motherfucker. Guess where we're sitting. We are now, as of 26 January, at $147 a fucking share. Yeah, we're not kidding, ladies and gentlemen. We're not fucking around. In the span of a day, all right, right now, it went from what, $88 to $145. Now, there's a big reason for it, and I'll explain it real quick. Basically, GameStop is being bullied. All right. Now, I'm not saying that lightly. GameStop is bullied by a lot of people who have billions of dollars to spend. Massive wealth capital management companies, like in this case, Melvin Capital Management. They basically put a lot of shorts down on GameStop. They basically bet against this. They make bets against GameStop saying, yeah, it's going to drop even lower. Now, this is a post on Wall Street Bets again, all right? Like, take this information with a big grain of salt as well, too. All right, laugh at it all you want. But basically, this person calculates that every time the stock value increases on $12 roughly for GameStop, Melvin Capital, which is the investment firm that has a big bet against them, actually loses $1 billion, okay? So apparently, as of right now, because it was at $103, this is a 2-hour ago post, right? We just saw the price right now. Melvin lost $3.2 billion on top of whatever they had already lost. Now, again, going back up over here, GameStop short sellers lost $1.6 billion in a single day as Reddit traders rebelled against them, right? So the way that this bullying works in this way is that these big companies are effectively shorting the stock, right? Now, the way that this short works is that they'll look at the stock value and say, okay, GameStop is $10. We're going to borrow the stock and say that it's going to actually drop down to $7 fucking dollars. So they're betting that the stock is going to drop even more than what they're borrowing at. So let's say that it hits $7 or maybe $6, $5 or $4 or whatever. They will effectively, you know, buy it at that value and then keep the difference, right? So that's kind of how it's working. Again, it's a little more complicated. This whole shorting play is more complicated than you could expect. It's actually a much more like advanced level move, you know, like a 400 IQ move out there. But what actually happened in this case was because there were so many people that were buying it, they ended up having something called a short squeeze. Now, if you don't know what a short squeeze is, basically it's when this stock is being like shorted, and then suddenly, because all these Wall Street bets, dude, are coming in, buying the fuck out of GameStop stock, it suddenly starts fucking climbing. So now what happens is all the people that were betting against this now notice the share price increasing. They're like, oh fuck, we're about to lose that money. We're about to fuck it. Some of them, you know, they start shitting themselves. So what they're doing is they're buying the stock that they shorted to try to, again, you know, stern off as many of the losses as they're mounting onto them. So what does this do in the end? Well, now they joined the fucking Wall Street bets people. So now they're the ones also buying the stock. So what happens? Now you got the Wall Street bets dude buying the stock. You got the shorters, you know, buying the stock to stem off the loss. Guess what that does to the fucking price? Sends that to the goddamn fucking moon is what's going on. And then everyone who ever had the meme position as a joke, like me, realizes, oh fuck, Wall Street bets actually paid off for once. And then suddenly we're secure in the bag, and that's pretty much how this whole thing happens. The biggest losers in this whole scenario right now, from what we're gathering, are the big management companies that put hundreds of millions of dollars on a fucking bet that this stock was going to go down crashing. They actually are livid and shitting themselves, and I'm also betting that they are on the verge of like just losing anything. Like this is getting to a point where they might hit like 100% loss if this keeps skyrocketing to the levels that it is. And once that happens, you know, it's endgame. There's no going back, all right? The meme position has pretty much won. Currently, this is Reddit stupidity versus multiple, like billions of dollars out there. This is Reddit stupidity versus actual billionaire investors. This is the fucking war that I expected 2021 to start off. I think what's really happened in this case is Wall Street bets is suddenly actually smart. Like they're smarter than you could expect. And the reason I'm saying it is maybe I'm completely wrong on this conjecture, but like it seems as though that Wall Street bets has found out the heavily shorted stocks out there. Basically what they're finding is like the heaviest cyberbullied stocks you could ever imagine. The ones that everyone expects to fail, and not just everyone, people with fucking billions of dollars expect to fail. And Wall Street bets, using the collective power of the stupidity that they have, the 2.4 million degenerates that exist,
wow, that's crazy. This video is literally from 3 days ago, and back then there's 2.4 million degenerates in the chat. Now 6.5 million degenerates in the Wall Street bets community. How insane is that? Like that's literally unbelievable to me. How a couple memes and forums made people lose billions of dollars. You're so right. I mean, that's literally what happened, and I'm still shook by all of it. I'm very surprised that this happened. I'm not surprised that, you know, the government and, you know, the big suits or whatever are trying their best to make sure that they don't lose any money. But yeah, this is all pretty crazy.
That's still a fair bit of fucking buying power. There's still a fair bit of manipulation that can happen. And these people basically find these, you know, bullied positions in this case, and they fucking work against them. And all of a sudden, you have actual internet stupidity starting a war with these hedge fund billionaires that have been at this shit for over a decade. They know the game in and out. But you know what? This goes to show you, when you bet against Wall Street bets, you are in a position to lose. Never bet against internet stupidity. Never bet against 4chan and Reddit stupidity, because no matter what, no matter how smart you are, no matter how 10-head you think you are, you will always 100% unequivocally lose. Ladies and gentlemen, that's just my journey with GameStop. It's a fun ride. Sorry if this kind of video is a little bit dry, but because this is just such a passion of mine, I have to cover it, because my God, I never expected it to be this stupid. This is me, Mudahar, and if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.
Hey, that was a smooth video. Did you guys like that? I thought that was great. I thought that was a really good summary, and it's kind of cool seeing this guy's journey along the way. That was a great video. I really liked it. What do you guys think? Do I watch Naruto? Of course I watch Naruto. Naruto is like my top 5 animes of all time. Also because of the nostalgia. I grew up watching Naruto, so there's like a nostalgia factor in there for sure. Hey Ari from Calgary, Canada. What? That's crazy. We got some people from Canada in the chat. Amazing. I bet he paper-handed it in the end. Yeah, probably. I'm sure he did. I mean, he's not very much of an investor or anything. I think this guy's just, let's see what his channel's all about. He's kind of just a gamer, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of cool that he's still, his, you know, audience still kind of vibes with even investment content. That's cool. Top 5 animes? Oh, that's hard. I mean, I don't know if I can't give you the actual rating right now. I'd have to think about it more, but definitely Naruto's in there. Attack on Titan's in there. Death Note is in there, even though I wasn't a big fan of the end. I still think it's, you know, it's worthy of being a top anime. What else? I mean, obviously Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is definitely top 3. Hunter x Hunter. Lately, I've been watching ReZero. I don't know if you've seen that. I haven't finished it, so I can't really say if it's in my top 5 yet. But so far it is, because it's so insane. It's like a psychological thriller. If you guys haven't seen it, you definitely should. Crazy anime. Hey, from Lebanon. Wow. From India, Lebanon. That's crazy. Show us your anime list. Wow, you guys are interested on an anime list? That's pretty cool. Maybe one of these days we'll do an anime stream. What do you think of that? Best upsell cross-sell app on Shopify. I use one called Bundles by Thematic. It's a really good one. It's kind of like it's like a bundle product, but otherwise there's so many, honestly. Like maybe Zipify is probably the best one just because you can do so much with it. Hello from New York. Hey, what up, New York? Nice to see you, New York. Let's see if we can draw a little bit of a shadow here. Do it? Okay, sure. Okay, well, if you guys want to do an anime live stream sometime, I'll do it. I'm still trying to figure out like the best way to title my videos and thumbnails. I know it sounds ridiculous, but lately I've just been kind of struggling with that, and I figured if I make an anime video, I don't know, I feel like a lot of you guys wouldn't like that, but we'll see. I'm your fan, literally. Thank you. What do you think of a Supreme style hoodie with the word senpai? That'd be pretty interesting. I think that'd be fun. That'd be a fun project. And it could do well. I mean, especially if you target anime lovers and stuff like that. Do I day trade? I don't really day trade. Lately, I've been really like stuck in the markets a lot. I'm on Twitter. I've been just kind of talking about it a lot. But no, I'm not much of a day trader. I would never consider myself a day trader. If anything, I don't know. It's too stressful, honestly. Like day trading is way too stressful, and I don't really like that. I like things that are not that stressful. I don't like to be stressed out all the time. That's crazy. What's your age again? I'm 24. So, yep. So I'm kind of getting old here. Just kidding. That's not. No, I'm 24. So that's pretty close. 22 is a good guess. What about merch with Doge to the moon, or I'm not selling, or even Diamond Hand? Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, I'm sure so many people are on that already, to be honest with you. Some hot untapped new products to share with us? I mean, I'm not too sure. I'd have to do some research. Let's see. How do I move the screen? You thought I was younger? How old did you think I was? Do I look younger? Yeah, let me know what age you thought I was. Some people think, I don't know, I'm kind of ambiguous when it comes to age and also background. I'm just a culturally ambiguous dude. You might have to fight Wall Street Bets for the trademark diamond hands. Yeah, that's true. If you do decide to do something like that, you might have to fight them. That's funny. Wow. I look 13. Fuck you guys. Hey, that's pretty funny though. What other dropshipper would you do a crossover with? Beheza, Hayden, Biram, Rafael, Ecom King, someone else? I mean, Beheza would be dope. I would love to meet him in person. We've talked in DMs and stuff, but we've never like officially met or anything. Wow, some people get some insane views on their streams. How do we do this? I'm curious. What do you guys think is the key to blowing up your stream? Like look at some of this stuff. This is crazy. 133k views streamed 3 hours ago. That's so crazy. Did I go to college? I did go to college, but I didn't finish college, so I did end up dropping out pretty early on. No, wait, what am I saying? Not early on at all. I dropped out junior year, so I had one more year left, and I decided to stop and just pursue e-commerce full time. Give it a bit of time, and it will all fall into place. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the encouragement. I do think that, you know, with consistency, you can really accomplish anything. I mean, that sounds corny, but I think it's the truth. I'm going to name this chat. Was I successful before dropping out? Yeah, so I dropped out basically like already knowing, you know, that I wanted to do this full time. So, and having success in it as well. What do I think of TikTok ads? I don't know. I haven't tested them too much. They look really promising though. Any YouTube channel recommended to learn Google ads? Yeah, I mean, Charlie Brandt is probably the best channel, I think, for that. Yeah, he does a lot of Google stuff. I think he's like mainly a Google guy, so I would definitely check out some of his videos. They're very, very helpful. So, do you live alone? No, actually, I live with my girlfriend, so she's in the room right now, and my cat. So no, I don't live alone, but I moved out a long time ago. I moved out like 2.5 years ago. Oh. Yeah, I'm like, sorry, I'm getting some texts from my friends. I think they want to meet up. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for this live stream. I will be doing one tomorrow morning again, so if you guys want to join then, that one will be really cool. And yeah, we'll be talking about more e-com shit and just a lot more stuff tomorrow. Today, I just wanted to recap this stock stuff. I know I'm a little late to the party, but I thought it was worth a try. I thought it was, you know, really interesting. And since I took part of it, part in it, I figured, you know, it would be worth sharing. But yeah, thanks y'all for joining the stream. I really had a lot of fun again, and you know, I'll be dropping this on my channel, so you don't have to, you know, look for it or anything. I'll say hi to my friends from all of you from Netherlands, Lebanon, UK, Germany, Brazil. I know we got a lot of people here, Australia, Canada. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. So make sure tomorrow morning I'll be doing another stream so that a lot more of you guys can join. This one was a little bit late. I understand that. But yeah. Oh, this was super cool learning with you. I'm really happy you guys are liking the streams. I honestly want to like stream way more. I think it's a lot of fun, and it's a good way for me to actually make content